What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Hype. For this video, I'm going to do a review on this small movie that came out by the name of Avengers Endgame. A spoiler review. Let's get straight to it.
Done in a hype.
I was waiting for a while to put up this review because I didn't want to give a spoiler-free review because this movie I want to talk about just like everything that happens in it, and a spoiler-free review wouldn't be able to display my excitement on how this movie made me feel. So again, this is a full spoiler, so I'm going to talk about this movie as if you've seen it. So if you have not seen Avengers Endgame, which you probably should have, it made $1 billion already. You need to go do that. Coming off of Infinity War, Endgame had a lot to do. You know, it wiped out half of our heroes, half a population. So for the months we were waiting, almost a year waiting for the sequel to this movie to come out, we was all speculating on how can they bring back all these characters we've grown to love. Endgame is 3 hours, and off the bat, for me seeing it, it doesn't feel like it really. You know, I've seen some people say the first 2 hours kind of dragged, but you know, it has a huge payoff. The payoff that you get from sitting and enduring this for 3 hours is just something I think I've never experienced in a comic book movie. When the movie jump in, we find our heroes in disarray. They don't know what to do. They find Thanos. Thor takes his head off, and off the front, just like that, you're like, what is this movie about to be about? They kill Thanos within the first 30 minutes, 20 minutes of the movie. But that just sets up for all the weird cosmic, groundbreaking technology they had to use and to accomplish the mission they were attempting to accomplish. I'm not going to beat you over the head with beat by beat what the movie was about, but you know, to hit on a few key points or to explain my enjoyment of it, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever witnessed, and it's extremely funny. You know, it seems like I shouldn't be shocked because it's a Marvel movie, but you know, the stakes of Infinity War left this movie just sitting so high you think they wouldn't have time to, you know, be funny, but it's Marvel, so they pull it off. If I'm jumping into the last hour of the movie, like I said, this is a spoiler review. The most craziest things I've ever seen. You know, off the bat, I think off the top of my head with Thor's hammer being grabbed by Captain America. And not only can he call the hammer, he can call for lightning. That just blew my mind. Just seeing all the Avengers at the end, assembling just everybody, not even just the Avengers, just everybody in that first war of Infinity War fighting again. You know, Infinity War didn't have everybody, so if this is the first time they all came together to be able to defeat Thanos, that was just an amazing shot. Captain Marvel, she didn't have that much to do, but again, you know, this movie was so crazy, so bizarre that I didn't mind. I like the new hairstyle. It's true to the comics, so I was with that. But overall, like I said, the movie was extremely good. I really loved it. It was something I think we will never see again, and it's really an ending for this whole 22 movies that they started back in 2008 with Iron Man. But that's not what you're here for. I'm pretty sure you want to know my interpretation, or you probably don't give a crap about how I feel about the ending. But I'm going to talk to you about it anyways, because this is my I was finna curse. This is my show. But the two, not two deaths, is one death, but the death that stuck and had everybody in the theater crying was Iron Man. To see him sacrifice himself for the fate of the universe is something I kind of saw coming because I knew he would have had to go eventually. But for him to take the gauntlet, say he's Iron Man, snap his finger, and defeat everybody was just, you know, one of those comic book moments that you jump out of your seat for. And then at the end, we see Cap stayed back in time, and you know, he handed off his shield to Sam. Perfect send-off for these characters. You know, bittersweet. We started this universe back in 2008 with Iron Man, and to see him end it all is just perfect. I don't have any complaints about it. The only, I love this movie. I think it's great. If I'm nitpicking at a few things, I didn't like the Hulk thing. I mean, I liked the funniness and what he brought to the role. with Hulk and him combining, but I wanted some redemption for him. I didn't get that, so that kind of bothered me. Another nitpick is the whole time thing, but that's any movie. Any movie that's dealing with time, you're going to have some quote-unquote plot holes because we don't understand really if you change something in the past, what does that do for the future, and does it mean this? You know, it's weird. So it's a nitpick, but I understand it. I didn't really like him giving the shield to Sam. I didn't mind it. I know a lot of my friends were mad that he didn't give it to Bucky, which would be the ideal pick because he wielded it in the comics before. So did Sam. But he's a super soldier just like Cap, you know, and Sam is not. But, you know, I'm okay with it. Let's see how this plans out. I know they have a show coming out on Disney Plus with just them two, so maybe that gives some more explanation on why Cap maybe thought that Sam was a better choice instead of Bucky. But all in all, this movie was a love letter for the fans, a love letter to this amazing, gigantic universe they created that nobody thought would even get this far back in 2008 with Robert Downey Jr. And I'm so thankful that I witnessed this. And you know, if you sit and watch this movie and you just get the feels and the excitement and some real comic book fever, some comic book sweat that it gives you. You had old Cap fighting younger Cap, or whatever, not old Cap, but future Cap, present Cap fighting his past. That was nice. That was dope to me. But it was like I said, it was just an experience to have, to see on the biggest screen that you can see. And you know, Marvel has really outdone themselves, and it leaves a lot of questions to be answered. You know, what happens with Wanda? You know, Wanda, and if you might not know, Wanda and Vision have their own show on Disney Plus coming out. What happens with them? And we thought he was dead. Is it gonna be a prequel? Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow has her own movie coming up. Is that gonna be a prequel? The Bucky and Cap. So it's a lot of questions, but the future is bright in Marvel, and I don't see no signs of them slowing down. That was Chris Evans' presumably last movie. Robert Downey Jr. is dead, so he can't. Well, Iron Man is dead, he can't come back. The other thing I want to touch on real quick is Thor. Thor was fat. I was waiting on him to get swole. I was hoping maybe when he called the lightning, he was gonna get swole and buff, but all he did was braid his beard and pulled his hair back, which is fine, whatever. But he was still kicking ass and taking names a little bit. But Far From Home comes out in a month or so, 2 months or something like that. I'm thirsty for that to see, you know, what happens, the ramifications of this, how that plays into that movie. That's technically the last movie in Phase 4, so let's see what happens. But I'm rambling. This movie was dope as F, and I gotta see it a couple more times in the theater. We're gonna watch it numerous of times. This is up there with one of the best comic book movies of all time. It's just that good, and they pulled it off. The Russo brothers are just phenomenal at what they do, and you can tell from this movie, this is why Marvel trusted them so much. All in all, I love this movie. That's my spoiler review. Go watch Endgame. Watch it some more. Watch it some more after that. Doctor Strange is in it. His his prophecy, whatever he saw, 14 million, the one possibility came true. We did this. Thanos. I'm out. This is The Hype. Like, share, thumbs up, subscribe, comment.